healthcare and education.
And CEO of OneDev, Mona Lisa Walken. Lisa, welcome so much to the program.
Thank you.
All right, so let's just broach this discussion by first looking at how the different advancements in technology look like. We look at the likes of AI, blockchain, biodata, you name it. So from your perspective, just as you tell our viewers, how is this reshaping industries and economies?
Okay, so the revolution already started, and we are going to feel it even more intensely over a little period of time. For Africa, not so much is happening, which is why we were motivated to begin this drive in order to not just give visibility, but to bring in more builders so that we are not always on the receiving end. We can afford to be on the builder's perspective. As for how it will shape industries, it's going to be very enormous. Some businesses, if they do not make the necessary adaptations, may be out of business. So it's more like we are at that right place where we have to make this formation as to how we are integrating these new technologies, be it AI, be it blockchain, and all the emerging technologies that are coming in our faces, robotics and the rest of them. We need to critically consider how this is relevant to our own industry and to our own business.
You're saying that if they're not adapting to it, they might maybe be shipped out of business, but then just elucidate a bit further how significant this is, especially for startups, to embrace this emerging technologies.
So for startups, it's even because startup world is extremely fast-paced, and whoever wants to survive there must be able to integrate tools like AI. I mean, AI has been simplified up onto the very minimal level. So every startup must look at integrations in terms of CRMs that they are utilizing, in terms of how their speed of execution right now has now been amplified by AI as far as they are able to adapt to it properly.
You recently held a forum dubbed Code Africa event, and you brought in various stakeholders, industry players. Just talk to me in a nutshell how this was significant and why it was so necessary to bring all these people together and what it achieved.
Okay, so first of all, Code Africa is Africa's leading emerging tech conference, and we are concluded our second edition. And what prompted us to start this drive, start this revolution, is because we felt, not only did we feel, but we already saw it, that we are nearly behind schedule in terms of catching up.
So who's this, Africa or what?
Africa, okay. Africa precisely. Right. So now we've created Code Africa as a forum where Africans, we are taking this from a builder's perspective, where Africans can come, build together. And now when I talk about builders, I mean startups, founders, innovators across Africa, policymakers, the government, and everyone who hold a stake in this industry to come together to be able to collaborate and shape emerging tech, because we believe that the next tech revolution will definitely be coming from Africa. So what we did at Code Africa was to kick off with a hackathon, since we are heavy on the product development side. And in that hackathon, we saw over 150 participants from across African countries. And we saw about 60 participating right here in Kenya physically. And with that, we're able to get about 45 products, and we are going to be scaling those products to join accelerators so that in the next couple of years, we can boost up African products in emerging tech. And this would include blockchain products, AI products, robotic products, and VR and the rest of them in that vertical. Now, during our last event, we saw participation from all people from across the world who came in as speakers, as sponsors, key stakeholders, and the rest of them. We even had the participation of the government from the standpoint of Mr. Emmanuel Camille, who is the Secretary to the ICT on Audit and Control. We have created quite a revolution. We also had the first Africa Emerging Tech Awards, which rewarded builders who have been, piloting this industry over the past 5 years. The conference itself, we saw over 3,000 registered, and then we also had some good participation, and this is just the beginning.
Okay. Two things, Mona Lisa. You've said that part of what informed this forum or conference is the fact that also Africa, we're sort of like lagging a bit behind. But on the flip side, there's some bit of optimism expressed from what you said, is that we are the next frontier. So from where you sit, or let me pick your 2 cents on this one. Are there any form or kinds of innovations that we can say as Africans we are boasting of? Is there anyone as you speak?
Yes, we are. Point of view, we had Startup Demo Day during Code Africa, and we intend to even run it up better next year. And what we did there was to bring post-revenue founders and startups who are already doing some good job, have revenue traction. We brought them into a room and brought them alongside other VC firms, angel investors that are looking for post-revenue of to invest. So once we get this right in terms of investment, we definitely should be ahead.
Okay, finally, as we bring this discussion to a close, Mona Lisa, how does the future look like? What are the long-term, perhaps, impacts of this, or that this will have in the continent at large? Very quickly.
So it's going to be very monumental in terms of impact, because given the next couple of years, 5 years, we are looking to attract millions of dollars in terms of investment into the African continent, and we intend to keep growing the builders base, the products builders and products that are people that are of African descent who are launching products in emerging tech. I think this will be a big win for us, because we do not intend to play as consumers in emerging tech.
Okay, thank you so much, Mona Lisa. Thank you so much for your time and for your insights into this. Indeed, the future is tech, and the faster we embrace this, the better for us.
The better, thank you.
That has been Mona Lisa Agbata, our guest this afternoon, just demystifying for us what this portends for us as Kenyans and as Africans as a bloc, just really looking at the digital transformation and how best this can be for us if we embrace it. Time for your sporting action now, and to that story that we have.